It's time to get some money. And I'm gonna show you how to use AI to actually make money in the stock market. If you're gonna be trading or investing, you might wanna do some fundamental analysis, right? There's technical analysis, but then there's also fundamental analysis. What I'm gonna show you is how you can use Claude to do both. So to be clear, fundamental analysis is when you look at the fundamentals of a stock, ETF, or security. This is where you're analyzing cash flow, PE ratios, things of that nature, right? Where you're digging in the weeds. You want to understand the health of the stock. Technical analysis is when you're just looking at the chart and you're making moves based off that. Fundamental analysis is more important for long-term investing. If you're just trading, especially short-term trading, all you really need to do is look at the chart. Even if you are going to invest long-term, it's still good to do your fundamental research and then use technical analysis to find the best entries. I'm gonna show you how you can do a lot of that with Claude. Now you could probably do this with some other AIs, a version of this with Google Gemini, probably do a version of this with ChatGPT, but Claude's coding features kind of make this a little cooler, in my opinion. So let's say you're thinking about investing into Microsoft. You want to invest in this long term. Well, you probably should do some fundamental analysis. So here's a dashboard that I put together, and I'm gonna show you how you can put something like this together as well. So again, this dashboard gives you the current price, market cap, PE, revenue, margins, free cash flow, when the next earning report is later this month. And what's cool is I had to give me an investment score, right? Investment score out of 100. It's giving Microsoft a 70. Then you can go in, right? You can see the valuation, financial health, overall growth, momentum, use price action over the last 12 months. You can make it 6 months, 5 months, and you can customize this too if you want to do something different. So here's a fundamental snapshot, net income, gross margins, operating margins, free cash flow, and a number of other things. Right? Historical range is really a comprehensive, evaluation of the stock. On this side, it builds the bull case, it's the bear case, right? You can kind of look at everything, see what's going on. Now I'm gonna show you guys how you can build this for pretty much any stock or security you want. And there's other versions of this as well. Let me show you how to do this. Here's the prompt. I'm gonna take this prompt and I'm gonna start a new chat. We're in Claude. You could probably just use Sonnet. You don't need to, you can use Opus if you wanted to take a long time, but fuck around with your credits, right? Okay, so to be clear, you should know this about Claude. Opus 4.6 is the most expensive model. Sonnet is like the medium. Haiku is like if you ask, hey man, what's the weather? You know what I'm saying? You're asking it some bullshit, right? So we're gonna paste that prompt in here. And now because I left the ticker symbol blank, it's gonna ask me, hey, Big Brandon Carter, what ticker symbol do you wanna use? All right, we got our chart. So this is what it looks like. And it says bullish. 78% is giving us a bunch of information. All right, so let's go publish this artifact. All right, to be clear, when I did it with Sonnet, it didn't work. You gotta use Opus. Nice. So it gave it a cool rating, right? Super bullish. We have the price, market cap, boom, boom, boom. Valuation, price action, all the fundamentals, everything you need, valuation, bunch of information. Probably the bull case, the bear case, risk catalyst, key catalyst, bottom line verdict. So it's telling us I'm down to buy some NVIDIA. What would be the optimal entry point to buy? All right, aggressive, 170, 180. We can see where we're at now. So this was one that's way better. All right, dream scenario is 150, right? Aggressive would be like buying it almost like right here, right? Yeah, pretty much like right here, right? Which is kind of aggressive. It is in a downtrend. If I'm looking at my technical analysis skills, this is resistance right here. It's also saying, hey, if you want to be more conservative, the dream scenario is between 140 and 150. This is if you really want to buy a dip and you're thinking it's going to dip somewhere in this range, then you would buy. Now, if I looked at that around 150, it was former resistance. And it's pretty much the former breakout area. It doesn't sound bad. Like if it retested the former breakout area, like right here, that doesn't sound crazy to me. Basically said if it tested this, it'd probably have a lot of support. And that makes sense because this was resistance and this is the former breakout area. You can see it broke out here, came back, tested it once, then blasted up. If it retested this, I'd probably be a buyer. I like it. Then you can go in here and say, I am ready to buy now. Give me 3 options strategies. Listen, I've taken a few AI options trades, like when we be gambling over earnings. All right. The first one, a bull call spread. Hey, none of this is financial advice. I'm just prompting in Claude, motherfucker. Listen, when I feel good about a stock where there's fundamental analysis or some sort of technical analysis, and I'm thinking I want to do an options trade, I usually don't just make up an options trade myself. I usually go into AI and have it help me, like give me some options and see which one I like. So there's a bull called credit spread, defined risk, moderate reward, cash secure puts. So you know what I like about that, man. Sell the May 16th 160 put, use some premium off that. Long call, buy. I see what they're trying to do. So give me 3 strategies, man. If you want a clean, simple strategy, 2, if you're okay with. Okay, strategy 1, if you want a clean, simple strategy. 2, if you're okay owning shares, because that's what happens when you sell cash secure put, if you get assigned, right? 3, if you want full earnings play with safety net. Yeah, okay, real quick, but let's bring Greg in. So those of y'all know, Greg is an options expert. He's a certified market technician, and he has a Series 65. Before I do any trade, whatever I'm putting big money on it, I always consult Greg. So I hit up AI and Greg. Greg, what do you think Claude's fundamental analysis?
I generally agree with Claude. It's one of those things where like Nvidia is a good stock and it's going to mirror the S&P 500 pretty well. It had the higher beta, so it's going to move a little bit more than the market. But Nvidia is the leading semiconductor stock. If we're in a strong bull market, the stock can easily clear above $200 a share, $220. I don't think it goes much higher than $230, at least in the short term. But in terms of the options trades that I gave and the support levels, on point.
Let's go through each one of these, right? Because I wanted to show people that this is actually helpful. So you like the bullish case. The bullish case, it gave it a 76 out of 100. You
might be at like a 70 out of 100. And I'm just an independent analyst.
All right, okay. And it'd be so this is a little more bullish than you are right now.
But it's still, we're both still bullish, yeah.
We're both still bullish. All right, cool. Now, when we went to the entries, all right, they gave aggressive entry somewhere between 175 and 180. What say you?
Yeah, so that is aggressive because the market currently is at a strong resistance point right now.
Yeah.
But let's say you buy it at 180. As long as you're willing to tolerate a little bit more of a pullback, who gives a shit?
If you're buying it for long-term investing,
who cares whether you get it at 180 or 150? It's not that.
Motherfucking margin calls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, now, what did you think about this one? Between 164 or 170?
I like the 150 entry the best because 164.
Well, I like this one a lot too, right?
Because the 164 is like already at the support that it bounced from.
Yeah.
Generally, I like to buy in front of that or underneath it. I don't really like buying double bottoms.
Well, like, look at this shit. That looks good. Like, if it came down here, I think we feel real good about buying it.
Yeah, and that's step 1. It comes into the support level. Step 2 is just wait for a little bit of buying pressure to come in. That lets you know that the buyers are actually there. Because sometimes it can hit a support level and then it just thumps on through it.
Yeah.
You would need the S&P 500 to make lower lows on the year as well. Yep, there's that downtrend line.
But I can see the bull case like at 170, 160, right? I can see it, right? It jumped out of this downtrend, but it was on low volume. So that's ominous, Yeah.
That's the Trump pump from Wednesday, the ceasefire.
Yeah. So who knows if that's real or not, man? Now, I want you to go over these options plays. We know what a cash secure put is, but let's go. Let's start with this one. This bull call credit spread. I know you do this kind of shit a lot. What did you think of what Anthropic gave you?
So basically, whenever you're doing that bull call spread, you're basically like risking one to make one. So in this case, you're risking about $1,000 to make $1,000. But you do need Nvidia to actually climb up a little bit. So what that means is that has bullish skew in it, meaning you still need the stock to go up for you to make 100% on your money. So it's good if you're super bullish on Nvidia and you don't want to put up a ton of money to make 100%.
You like this date?
I prefer for bullish trades going into November expiration and
so you take a way longer expiration than that.
Yeah, and the reason for it is March, April, and May tends to be a little bit more bearish in terms of seasonality. That's just like one indicator, of course, right? But there usually tends to be a Thanksgiving rally and a Santa Claus rally. So it's like, if I'm going to be taking a longer term trade, let's capture that. Let's capture that seasonality. So I don't like day calls. I'd rather even go super short expiration date or all the way into the end of the year. It depends on what time frame you're bullish on. And when we're looking at the NVIDIA chart, it's been in this big ass consolidation for months. I would opt to go for the big ass monthly breakout and go for like leap call spreads, leap calls, because that way you can capture multiple legs higher. Because right now it's still trapped in that consolidation range. You could buy it one day and then it's down the next, and then it's green and then it's red. So that's what I'm seeing based off the chart pattern.
Okay, so in option number 2, this is what I would do if I really wanted some NVIDIA soon. Instead of just buying it, I sell a cash secure put with almost being super cool if it hit 170 at, by expiration.
Now that's the highest probability trade, and it's technically the safest. You have like one of the highest probabilities of winning on that. The only
either you're gonna, that's why if you're doing cash secure puts against a stock you don't mind owning, then it's like one of two things gonna happen. You either keep your premium or you buy the stock for cheaper than it is right now, and you got paid to do it.
The only downside to cash secured puts really is it just takes a little bit more buying power. You just got to
you got to put a lot of cash in there to make that happen.
It's really the only downside. So like when I'm like looking at people's portfolios and they got like 300K, 500K, 700K, I'm like, hey, you can do some cash secured puts. Super easy money right over here.
Yeah, man.
And then do it.
Straight up.
Stocks just bounce or they just chop. And even if they do drop and they get a sign, you can just sell a covered call right at your entry or higher. It's super high probability.
And what do you think of this third one?
It's a call spread and buying a put. So you're buying the 185 call, so you want it above 185. You're selling the 220 call, great. It's not likely to go above 220 by June, so that's a good one. And then it says buy the June 20th 160 put. That's crash insurance. I don't know why you would need to do that. What I do instead is keep the call spread and then buy a put on like a weaker stock or buy a put on the S&P 500. Because if you're buying NVIDIA, you're expecting it to outperform the S&P 500. So I don't see the point in doing the put. Not my favorite strategy, but
I wasn't really feeling that either. I just wanted you could articulate better. But what's cool about this, man, is like the fundamental analysis. Like, I guess you can scour the web and get all this, but if you could just get all this right from your computer, exactly what you wanted, like you can edit the prompt.
Yeah, NVIDIA is growing into its valuation. Like that's a really good sign for NVIDIA. It's kind of been a laggard actually in the past few months. Like other stocks have outperformed NVIDIA, like Google and other stocks. But now NVIDIA, it's one of those things where I'm going to get my NVIDIA exposure from S&P 500 and QQQ. I personally prefer them a lot better.
Yeah,
but
it's
just something to think about.
Yeah, I made a lot of money with NVIDIA, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
all right, well, listen, Greg and I are actually doing a live training this Wednesday where we'll show you how to make money trading. Right, we're gonna show you how to make money with options, and we're gonna show you how to make money trading futures. So Greg and I, we trade futures together in our Discord every morning, 9:30 a.m. When the market opens. But on this call, we're gonna show you how to trade futures. We're gonna show you a little bit about trading options, right, and just how to make money in the market. And what's really cool is we're gonna show you how to make money without having to spend your own money, right? We trade with prop firms and we have funded accounts, and we'll show you how you can get funded accounts so you don't even have to trade with your own money. It's dope. It's gonna be free this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss out on that.